Love you, Lord. We thank you. We thank you for your goodness. We thank you for your mercy. We thank you for everything you do for us. We ask you, Lord, please to just take care of this district, take care of the finances, take care of everything, especially the safety of their students and our staff. And Lord, we just thank you for everything that you do. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. Pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible.
Thank you all very much. All right, we have anybody signed up to speak?
No, sir.
Nope. Okay, good. We'll go on to item 4, student recognition for FFA. We'll corral them in here.
America, you ready?
I'll just make your way on around.
Yeah. Look at the littles.
A little oil right there.
Yep. There's not very clearly.
Oh, we get a big podium. Oh.
Good evening. I'm Hannah Vanya, one of the ag teachers here at West Hardin. I'm going to introduce Emmeline Rose. She is one of our officers for our chapter, but she also applied for what is called the FFA in the USA Reporter, and I'll read a little bit about that. The FFA in the USA features vibrant stories from nearly 250 FFA reporters representing every corner of the country, Puerto Rico, and the U.S. Virgin Islands. We want to congratulate her for being selected as the 2025-2026 FFA in the USA Reporter. She joins an elite group of FFA members, and they will showcase their FFA chapter and community throughout the school year. She is one of 11 chosen for the state of Texas. Emmeline's first assignment was to tell about a member, chapter, alumni, or supporter who embodies the FFA motto of living to serve by making a positive, lasting difference in the world around them. She has chosen to interview our former president of our chapter, Grayson Vanya, and will be publishing her article later this month. She will publish her story to our FFA chapter for y'all to read on our Facebook page, and you can read her stories as well as other reporter stories on the FFA in the USA webpage. Her stories could also be published in the New Horizon magazines. Emmeline also is one of our breeding rabbit exhibitor, and she just finished up at the Texas Rice Festival, and she has 4 breeding rabbits, 3 bucks and 1 doe, and she placed with all 4 of her rabbits. Her English Angora got best in class. Her Jersey Woolly also got best in class for the all other breeds. And then her Blue Hollister got 3rd place in the all other breed category. And her Britannia Petite also got 4th place. So we're very proud of her accomplishments with her breeding program.
Good job.
Just to kind of add on to that a little bit, Emmeline is neck deep in her breeding program. She is a bona fide registered rabbit breeder. She specializes in kind of your rare breeds. She actually has a rabbit, I've been told, that is an attack bunny, for lack of better terms. Apparently the only breeded bunny that can't get DQ'd if it bites the judge. It's a bona fide attack bunny, so I'm going to leave y'all with that. So I think it's really cool that Emmeline reaches out to kind of those nick breeds, or those kind of to rare breeds or whatnot. It's pretty cool. All right, so we're gonna get into the how the AgMech boys did and girls at the boys of this group, the Heart of Texas Rodeo in Waco. It's a major show throughout the whole state. So Bryson Brothers placed first in the bumper pull trailer class with his 28-foot bumper pull hydraulic dovetail trailer. Lee's Renda placed second. He's not here today, couldn't get a ride. But Lee placed second in the gooseneck trailer class with his 35-foot gooseneck trailer. And then Colton Bracken and Braden Perkins placed first in the gooseneck trailer class with their 40-foot trailer. We went on to win Grand and Reserve Champion of the entire show. So we had the best top 2 projects of the entire show of the projects there at Waco. And then Colton and Braden went on to win Grand Champion Group Showmanship at that show. That's the blue banners, the HOT trophies. That's what we got to bring back from that show. Then we came into the Texas Rice Festival, I think the next day, or I can't keep up. I don't know if I slept any. The build off at Texas Rice Festival, it was Colton, Bryson, and Braden. They placed first for the second year in a row. And Colton Bracken actually won the High Point Individual Award. He stuck out to the judges. His leadership shined through, and he kind of wowed those folks. That's pretty cool to be able to say that. Going on to the Texas Rice Festival AgMex show, grand champion was the 40-foot trailer by Colton and Braden. Reserve champion was a 35-foot lowboy built by Lee. And then third place was the bumper pool built by Bryson. Champion individual built. Colton actually built a 14-foot trailer on his own, and he won the champion individual built division. We also competed in the Lee College welding certification event. Kate Schroeder and Braden Perkins both completed the level 1 AWS D9.1 SMAW certification, which will go to their completer status here at school. Bryson brothers, Colton Bracken, Clayton Gannon, Josh Bickerstaff, and Lee Zarenda, they got their level 2 AWS D91 FCAW welding cert again, which would go to their completer status here at school for their credits or whatnot. And to round us out, Chase Hughes placed first in his class with his Brangus heifer. So that's it. As always, thank y'all so much. Without the support of y'all and our superintendent, our principals or whatnot, we wouldn't be able to do what we do. So again, thank y'all so much for allowing us to run the roads and continue to put what's starting on the map.
Good deal. Get 'em,
Amazing.
come get y'all's little chip, and then we'll get a picture of you.
I seen the,
Wake up, Mama Joe.
talk about rabbits. I seen the picture.
Good job, bro. Proud of you.
You did awesome.
Good job, man.
Who's that?
Thank y'all.
Good job, man. That's him.
Good job, bro.
Good job, bro.
You guys gotta come back to the middle too, so we can get a picture.
Yeah.
Come back, line up in front, guys. Ladies,
Line up in front.
line up shoulder to shoulder.
Harper, come take a picture.
Oh, don't get on over here.
Oh, yeah, let's talk about Bill.
Harper, come take a picture.
Let me get on.
Harper, you wanna come? I can't even be seen.
Please.
Good job.
Thank y'all.
All right, guys. You're doing a great job.
Great job, y'all. Bye, baby.
Bye-bye. All right, we'll move on to item 5, this presentation of the ESL program evaluation. Corby Casey.
Going over very briefly, it won't take long. So it is a requirement that I, as the ESL coordinator for my campus, annually report to you just about the numbers and what our program is. So just very briefly, what you'll find here is just some information about how we serve our students who qualify for English as a second language services. The back of your front page just describes how we serve those students on the secondary campus. And the reason you're hearing from me directly just as secondary, you'll see on the next page, is that last year, this report goes a year behind. Last year, we only had students served by ESL on our secondary campus. The model that we serve them through is called a pullout model, which is really a little bit misleading, because what that actually means is that we serve them in their English class with our ESL certified teacher there as their teacher. So those students are getting full immersion in their English class with a teacher who's trained in those extra supports. You can see on your page 3 the numbers of students. So last year, 24-25, we had 1 student in 7th grade, 1 in 8th, and 2 in 9th grade. Okay. We are looking at maintaining those, and it looks like we may have 1 or 2 more at elementary for next year, but we can only report on the year we've already had. So the remainder of the packet just tells you how our students perform on the STAR tests, and then on TELPAS, which is a measure of how their English language learning is going for them and what they're learning as they're here. So this, on the STAR results page, you can see our 7th and our 8th grader both last year passed all STAR tests. So extremely good. We're very proud of them. In our 9th grade, we had both students pass our science test. 1 each did not pass the reading and the math test. They are receiving their services in our advisory period. They're getting some extra work, and we're looking at things that we can do to help them be successful this year. On the TELPAS test, what we're required to measure is how the students are performing with their English language, and then are they growing? Okay, so our 7th grade student actually performed at Advanced High last year, which is the highest level. We measure in TELPAS, we measure listening, speaking, reading, and writing. And when I say we, I really mean the state of Texas measures that on a test they send us, and we just have the kids take it. Okay, but that is, so our student performed extremely well. We are hoping this year to be able to exit that student if those scores in STAR and on TELPAS hold up. So we should be able to say, hey, we have fully acclimated you there. Our 8th grade student scored at intermediate and did not make progress last year. So we'll be looking with that teacher this year about what we can do to help bump those things up. And then our 9th grade students, we had 1 score at intermediate and 1 at advanced. So the one who scored at advanced did make a level of progress. Our intermediate student did not progress. So that's another one we'll be targeting, but we'll be looking at that advanced student as well to find out how we can push them up to Advanced High and hopefully be able to exit them from the program as well. We did not reclassify any students last year. That's your page 8. And that's when they're able to score a composite score of Advanced High on the TELPAS and they pass their STAR test. We can exit them out. So we're hoping to be able to do that with at least 1 or 2 this year. And then I am required to talk to you about training that we are going to do. So this year we will be training 2 to 3 teachers. I put 3, that's my goal there, on the LPAC framework, which is the committee that meets to determine what supports we put in place for these ESL students. So I will train those teachers before we make those decisions so that they are aware of their role and responsibility and how they can help support our students. And then we are also required to have a parent as part of that committee. And so I will be training that parent as well. Usually it is a parent of one of our students who serves in a role for all the students, kind of bringing a voice for us of those students who are English language learners. And that is all. That's a very brief report.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
With, I know it's ESL, you're trying to get them to speak English, but are any of these teachers, are they bilingual?
Okay, so that's a great question. Actually, the way that they qualify as an ESL student, most of our students speak really fluent English that are qualified. Okay, the parents fill out when they first go to school what's called a home language survey. And it asks what language does your student speak and what language is spoken at home. If any of those answers are other than English, we pull them, we do some assessments. It's pretty easy to qualify. So a lot of our students who are secondary level qualified in pre-K, some of them at completely other districts. And they've been speaking really better English than, but they know whatever the kids are saying better than me for years, right? So we don't have any bilingual teachers supporting them, but these students speak really good English. The reason that they're not scoring, the reason I assume we're not scoring where we would like to score to get to exit the program is because those kids don't like that test. And so we've got to work with them. Also, that's the thing we've got to address is, hey, if you can do your very best on this, basically you can quit taking it. I mean, that's kind of where it is for them. They're required whether they receive services or not from us, because their parents can deny services and say, no, thanks, we don't want that. Whether they receive services or not, they're required to take this TELPAS test. And it's during all the other spring testing, and it's just another test for them. And there's not a whole lot we do to them, if they don't pass it. So we've got to work on some, incentives for those kiddos.
It's on computer as well?
Yes, ma'am, it is. Mm-hmm. Any other questions? Okay. Well, thank you guys very much.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. All right, item 6, consider a motion to approve the minutes of the previous meeting.
I'll second.
Motion by Jacob, seconded by Mr. Campbell. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. Ms. Patty. All right, item number 7. Consider a motion to amend the budget.
Pass it.
Hmm?
Hey, get you to take one and pass it.
Oh, got you.
Take one.
Is Miss Becky gonna?
I can start it, you can go on.
Okay.
So what you're getting handed out here is where we had to make adjustments to the revenue.
Uh-huh.
You guys know that prior year taxes was a big fat typo. So basically we had to amend it in a large amount that you'll see there, but to make our revenue actually accurate. And then there's another line that you'll see, so there's one for 220, which is our prior year taxes. There's another for 7305 that was added to the revenue. So 220 was taken away, 7305 was added. And that 7305 is a refund. It's basically co-op gives us pre-K money, being in co-op, so that's what that revenue is. And then there's 2 others you're gonna see. One of them's the available school fund. I think that one was like 9529. And then there's gonna be the foundational school fund. That one was a large amount, 513 and 600 and something. So that one had to be, those revenues were adjusted to reflect what is actually going to be sent to us. The first one was not that $10,000 off. The other one was quite a bit more. So we adjusted those revenues to reflect a more accurate depiction of what we will be getting in.
All right, and this 513, this big number comes out of the fact that, as I sent you a little information about this, when we met last time and talked about money, one of the things I mentioned is that the state wasn't through. We knew that other things could come, we just didn't know exactly what they would look like. And the templates were finally updated the last day or two of September to reflect a new teacher retention allotment. And that thing is, if you have, how many teachers do you have under 5 years experience? You get $5,000 for that, each one. Above that experience, you get $8,000 for each one. And so that came out to about the $335 roughly. And there was a little bit more, another $30,000 or $40,000 for retention of support staff is the way they put it out there. So the effect of this, you all did pay raises last summer, and they were pretty good size. Okay. With this money, what that's done, they've given you back pretty much the difference of, and you are now out of pocket about what you would normally have been if you'd just done the standard steps and all. So that helps. That helps a lot. And what that does for us is that raises that gets our estimate for revenue from the state higher, not higher than what was budgeted. Now, what was budgeted was high, but it gets us closer to that. And when you compare the revenue that this provides to the expenditures you have budgeted, that gives us $9.5 million in revenue, and there's 9.7 in budgeted expenditure. So now, instead of being $500,000 or more in the hole, it's set up at $200,000. Now, once Mr. McCabe has a chance to see this program from one end to the other, then they'll have a chance to work this thing and see where it's appropriate to either hold the expenditure or make adjustments so that you try not to hit your fund balance. Because we're going to hit it this time. And it's just for sure in my mind that we're going to hit for closing this past year out. This new year, you got a chance to work on it. But I didn't want to set out on the path of changing all of this and then he's got to come in and be responsible for the program. That didn't make any sense to me. But I did want, and also let me point this out so I don't mislead y'all with what Becky's doing. We don't have to amend revenue. We can always take in more money than we get. You don't have to vote on that. We can't spend more than we get. You got to vote on that. But I wanted this thing amended and in here up front and center so that you could see that the difference. What we're really looking at is as it stands right now, is a $200,000 deficit budget, and that can be managed. And so anyway, that's where we are with the amendment. That's just those few things.
Some other good news though, right?
Oh, yeah.
2 reports. So Hardy, FEMA, right? That report has been closed. And I'm double verifying, but I don't think we're gonna have to be paying anything back to that. So thank you, Lord, for that. I don't want to speak ahead of myself. I've reached out just to make sure that I'm reading the report accurately. And then you guys know the MOE situation from 23-24 where we were going to have to pay back about $39,000. I started doing some research and digging alongside Dr. Hyden, and I made a submission Wednesday. And hopefully I wasn't able to clear it all, but I cleared about $28,000. So that would reduce what we would have to reimburse TEA to about $10,165, something like that. So I'm waiting to hear back from Ms. Lopez, who's our TA representative and auditor, to see if they're going to accept my submission. So that's good news.
And we both submitted. I went through and looked at your actual final data for the years in question. And I think their information is incorrect because at the time they did it, it was all preliminary. Becky took the charge and went after the details line by line. And she gave them they've got 2 ways to look at us now and verify whether or not we're over, or whether or not we maintain our effort or not. This is about maintenance of effort. The feds give you money, and you spend money that's state and local. Year over year, they look at you and say, okay, if you decide to cut your budget 20%, we're going to cut our Fed 20%. If you're not going to spend, we're not going to spend. They're going to move commensurate with you is what I'm saying. And they give you a 10% leeway. I can drop 10% one year, but if I go beyond that, they're going to attack us. They're going to want money back. So you have to, if you're trying to downsize, you take that in steps instead of taking a big dive. And to avoid losing that federal money, for one thing, if you don't, you wind up, for every dollar you save, you'll lose another one. And that's kind of how that generally works. But anyway, Becky's been real aggressive with TEA, about getting an extension on turning this thing back in and about getting those detail lines to give them another avenue to test us. So she's doing good on that.
I love your confidence, baby. I love your
Finally
confidence.
coming in.
I'm proud of you.
All right, we get a motion to approve the budget amendment as presented.
I'll second it.
Motion by Michael, seconded by Ms. Shirley. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. Item number 8. You consider a motion to continue employment of Dr. Hyden part-time as determined by the superintendent, Mr. McCabe. We'll keep him on for a period of time till they're both comfortable. We're all comfortable, and on a part-time basis. So I know we hadn't discussed monies, you and I haven't,
No,
How are we gonna
so
work
here's
that?
what we were talking about. If I go, I can't be the superintendent and be anything else with anybody else. There's a new law about that.
Right.
And so what I want to do is drop back, not do this emeritus thing or any of that, drop back to part-time, figure up my daily and penalty and all that and go half rate. And then now you're out of the TEA penalty. You're not paying any of that. And I'm not the superintendent anymore in any way, shape, or form. So that frees me up. But the idea is that as we've talked about at least a day a week through the month, through October, and then more if they need. I'm on the email and I'm on the phone and I'm there. And that's not a problem. And then I can come at least once a week, and then Mr. McCabe will decide when he's had enough of that. And I'm good with that, whenever that is. Well, that's one time or more, whatever.
And so if you just say hypothetically you're here once a week, he's got Region 5 at his disposal without a doubt.
Absolutely.
Well, I'm not being ugly, I'm just asking a question, point blank. Is it like attorney fees if he calls you? Is there a fee?
No.
Just,
No, we're not looking for ways to spend money. What we're doing, what I do, I set that daily rate, and for the times that I come down here, okay, we'll do that. But calling on the phone and getting on the email and all that business, no, that's included, whatever that looks like.
And we're looking at like through the end of October or just?
At least through the end of October is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, we talked about, the thing is, administration, I think Ms. Landry and company can attest to it. Once you get in the chair of being an assistant principal or principal or anything else, there's no manual. There's nobody that says here, this is how you do the job, right? There's nobody training you on the job or doing anything like that, right? You're throwing in the water and you're going to figure out if you can swim or not. And if you can, then that's great. If not, then you find something else. So Steve is a great mind. I kind of refer to him as Yoda, right? Because he knows so many different things. And what my idea was is almost like an on-call kind of a thing, right? Because I know that we're going to go get into budget season here probably towards the end of May, beginning of June. There's things that we need to plan way ahead because we're going to have some high expectations for this great place and be able to do some things, and this is already a place where people want to be. Well, we're really going to make it where people want to be. And that takes a little bit of time. It takes some strategic planning. Becky's doing a great job. But the ones that know it are the ones that come before us, right? So it wouldn't last any more than a year, I don't think. And if it does, then I have some internal issues that I need to figure out. But really, he's a peace of mind to know that we're doing right by West Hardin ISD by making sure we're getting the budget right, making sure we're getting our finances right. Because when we have that right, everything else is going to take off, and our kids are going to thrive with the things that they have. And I just want to make sure that he's there, right? So not to say that he needs to come up every day or he needs to come up every Monday in October, but throughout this year, if I say, Steve, I would love for you to come sit with Becky and I and talk about this, or what is your thought on this part of the finance side, things of that nature. That is a tremendous asset to have, so that was the thinking behind that.
So I guess my question would be that, so instead of using that, there's another individual that you've been using, Becky?
I've been talking with the CFO at Coons too.
No, I'm talking about that guy that we've hired to come in occasionally.
Marla or something?
I know.
Yeah, so we did hire her. I actually tried not to call her anymore. She is very retired and very into her grandchildren.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm just saying, instead of using that resource, we'll be using.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
And he could help me with the whole superintendent aspect, right? I think I have a great idea of how that goes, but just having another outlet, like you said, I can call him, we can do those things, but once in a while, Steve, do you mind to come up, spend your day with me, with Becky, with whoever,
I think is only gonna make this place thrive.
This will be as needed. It's not like it's a contract or like, we're not
As
gonna say,
needed.
all right, we're doing this for a year. It's just.
Yeah, it's, I would say as needed for no longer within the rest of this school year, as needed, right? Like not, there's no pattern to it, let's put it that way.
So we're not talking 12 months, we're talking 3 months, 2
Yeah,
months.
probably, I would say get to the, where we're adopting the budget next August. Prior to that would probably be the,
And we do have, sorry, no voice, but we do have line items for the superintendent, so it can just come out of that, and when that's gone, it's gone, right?
Yep.
Because we have a space allocated for that, so if we don't wanna dip in, like, start another budget line item,
yeah,
We can
I
try
mean,
and-
it would be very,
we actually have to do that.
we'd be very responsible with that time, right? And it wouldn't be just, Steve, come on, let's hang out and go do this and that. If we need him to come up, we need him to come up because it's only gonna make us better for that. And, we probably have exhausted other resources prior to that as well.
We'll just email him or call him.
You already have a line item budget, or budget line
So
item?
there is a line item for miscellaneous contracted service for both the business office and the superintendent's office.
So that's where that would be coming out of
Yeah.
already.
Where we
so-
at on it?
I'd have to go look. But I can find that out for you. I will say too, like Marla was contract, and so she would just invoice, clock her hours and invoice. I actually love the idea of him being able to come up here and sit with both Mr. McCabe and myself, because we are both learning the templates, and I don't know if you've ever looked at one of our state aid templates, but they are overwhelmingly intense, to say the least. And he's familiar with those things as far as like, you guys have heard the terms tier 1, tier 2, golden pennies, copper pennies. There's a lot of little things that go into those spaces, and, I'm learning those things, but having someone who has dealt with them for the amount of years that he has would be great for me as well. So I think it's like a dual purpose, and it's gonna be beneficial to the district for sure. And he is really a wealth of wisdom, no doubt, so.
If you could just remember it.
Just remember it.
I just personally would like some parameters of some kind.
Well, if it
It's
just
just-
keeps up with how many times you come up or whatever, and at least let us know
Yes, sir.
kind of what it's costing or whatever.
Yeah, the idea is, Becky and I were talking to, we can go to TASBO and there's a lot of stuff to learn, right? There's a lot of stuff that, we can go and grab that knowledge, and having someone, like Steve says, hey, try before Thanksgiving, let's bring him up for the day so we can run all this stuff by him. I think is a very responsible thing to do, just for the fact that we want to make sure that we're solid. And we're talking about winning. I want to win, right?
I'm the winning and all that, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I just know, I know what the rates are, and I know I can add up quick. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
I think Steve is being very modest, and I think that he's I've been overwhelmed by the amount of support that superintendents want to put out to new superintendents, and he's right there with them, and I don't think that I think his rate would shock you by how modest he's actually being with that.
And I'm busy. I'm not looking for a reason to come down.
He got a lot
Unless
going on.
needed.
That's all I'm saying is if you put your stuff together and like call him down for one day and add everything up and not. I mean,
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's,
We can monthly invoice it or something.
Oh, no.
so you guys
Yeah.
can get that idea.
Yeah, because then it would be on
You'll see the money.
Yeah.
As you go.
I wish we would put that before we did the amendment thing. That would have made me, make things sound a lot better.
I'll make the motion.
okay, motion made by, well, first of all, any discussion? We good with it? Okay, motion made by Michael, seconded by Jacob, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carried.
Tony, can I just say, I know that the revenue and stuff is still scary for me too, but at the same time, I wanna just bring to light, if you look at the history, it was 800,000 deficit, 500,000 deficit. It is significantly smaller than it has been previously.
Right.
And I have no doubt in my mind that it's only gonna get better and in the positive real fast, real soon, cause I'm a tightwad. I'm ready to shave some lines.
Good. All right, number 9, consider a motion to hire Sean McCabe as superintendent of West Hardin CCISD.
I'll make the motion.
Well, I was gonna ask if there's any, discussion, but apparently not.
I wanted my name on that one.
Right.
I seen him here.
All right, so motion made by Michael, that was, okay. Ms. Steele seconded, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. Welcome home. All right, number 11. Consider a motion to, well, for the athletic field maintenance, so I guess, Coach Skinner, you gonna talk about that? Huh? Did I skip one? Oh, I looked, okay.
Yeah, they're supposed to
Backing
change
up.
You don't want to get paid.
So we're changing seats?
Yeah, y'all
Yeah.
change seats now.
Oh, man.
Well, no, wait a minute, we're not gonna do that.
Oh, we're not doing that
We're
yet?
not gonna do that.
Okay.
No.
We always
The-
done that.
I know, but let me explain. The reason why today is the 21st day. Today is not up. I know we've did that in the past where we let him come up, but technically
In the morning.
tomorrow morning is when we should do that. So I hate that we're not doing it in this meeting, but I want to be,
probably doesn't hate it.
yeah, I want to be on the up and up.
That's a good lesson to learn. Right?
Yeah, we've done that in the past and we were not really in compliance when we do it. So, next board meeting, you'll be the man up here. So, anyway, that's that. All right. Number 10 that I skipped. Consider a motion to approve the contract of Sean McCabe as superintendent of schools of West Hardin CCISD as presented. Any? Yeah, okay.
I'll say.
Any discussion? Y'all have all seen it? Good with it? All right. Motion made by Jacob, seconded by Bobby Joe. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carried. Now you get paid. All right. Next is the athletic field maintenance. Coach Skinner.
We've had a contract, my understanding for the last several years with Gerald's Turf Consulting. They do fertilizing and herbicide and on our football field and baseball field and softball field and a little practice field we have out there. They charge $9,600, and that was, my understanding, is the exact same price they charged us last year. And we've been doing business with this company for a while, isn't that correct, Elizabeth?
The whole 6 years I've been here, yes.
Okay. You
It
get
used
a
to be Bagwell.
mail?
It used to be Mr. Bagwell. and
Right,
he
okay.
retired.
Okay. All right. We get a motion to approve this maintenance as presented.
Make a motion.
Okay. We get a second. You second it? Yeah. Okay. Motion made by Jacob, seconded by Bobby Joe. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. All right. The T-test observation calendar. Dr. Haddon.
All right, we have to lay out a calendar for the evaluation of staff. There are days that you can't start too early. You can't do it in holidays and certain times. So you had to specifically lay out when you will, so the staff knows generally within parameters when their evaluations will take place. Ms. Williams, you got something we want to add to that?
No, sir. Just has to be approved by the board.
Okay. Can we get a motion to approve the T-test observation calendar as presented? Motion made by Ms. Shirley, seconded by Debbie. Okay. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. All right. Next is Ms. Heather Williams as T-test appraiser.
Right, we have to have the board approve our folks who will actually do the appraising, and as you can see, we have two that are up. Are there others? It will just be y'all. Okay, so this particular item is for Ms. Williams to be approved as a T-test appraiser.
Is this where you went around and like watch them and that kind of stuff? You did that, I believe you did that started last year or something?
No, I've done some coaching in the past, but this was more of being officially a T-test observer. You had to go through training over the summer, and so Jen and I both went through that training, but in our policy, it says that before, or not before we actually begin, but we have to be approved by the board to be official.
Any questions? Get a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Jacob, seconded by Ms. Debbie. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. Same thing for Miss Jana Watson as T-test appraiser.
Exactly.
Ditto.
Ditto.
So can we get a motion to approve?
I'll second.
Motion by Mr. Bobby Joe, seconded by Jacob. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. All right, number 15. Consider a motion to approve or nominate a 26-27 Board of Directors nominee for Hardin County Appraisal District.
That says me, but that's you.
Yeah. Apparently, Miss Shirley is the only one that
Y'all, I've been on
wants to do it.
No, I've been on there 8 years. Y'all can do it. If somebody else would like to, y'all are welcome to.
Does anybody want to take that burden off of her?
You can do it.
Bobby
And a new
Joe?
building we're paying
One
for.
of us has to be on it, yes.
Yes, we have to have a board member that's.
That's what you've been asking for the last year.
Yeah.
I'm sure just trying to get somebody else to come.
Yeah, I want somebody else to take it.
But she wants somebody to take. Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be a conflict of interest. I mean, I don't mind doing it, but
Yeah.
some of y'all would benefit from it possibly.
Mr. Lord, on that.
They ain't gonna know your
No,
taxes.
you're under a
Everybody's gonna hate
microscope
you. You
then.
get
Your
hate
taxes
mail.
may go up.
Drunk calls at 2:00 in the morning.
Okay, well, I nominate Miss Shirley.
Thank you.
All right.
Congratulations.
Yeah, so we have to vote on that, so. Can I? Oh, all right. Somebody got a second? Anybody second?
Oh, second.
Okay.
I'm confused about what's going on.
Motion by Miss Debbie and seconded by Michael, and even though he don't know what he's doing.
Thank
All
you.
in
I'll let you
favor?
off.
I don't have to do that.
Yeah. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? All right, congratulations, Ms. Shirley. All right, next is department reports, finance, Miss Becky Bates.
Won't really have anything other than what we've already discussed, and we will check right unless you guys have more questions.
That was my fault. The kids kicked them in and we replaced them. I didn't realize what the cost was until after we'd already put a request in for them through our locksmith. We should have gone with a cheaper option. That was my fault,
And that was just
my
on,
mistake.
that was not exterior doors, anything?
They're
That was
not,
just
no, sir.
So the kids that kicked it in, are they in trouble?
We don't know who kicked them in there.
We don't have cameras down there.
Yes, we did, but we didn't
You don't
catch,
know when.
we don't know when. I mean, I could go back and review it for,
For that much money, I think we should
I can certainly try.
paint some hallways or something.
Yeah.
I will. I'm cheap like that. And I don't like kids being stupid.
Maintenance, the next line item. Last one.
Shirley, are you harassing me?
Come work it off.
Maybe not yet, but this is the second when you
It's
come up, I
coming.
got questions.
Yeah, it's coming up.
It is.
All right, any other discussion over finance? All right, next, maintenance and transportation, Miss Elizabeth.
And custodian. I lost a custodian today, so if anybody has anybody that wants to apply, send them to me. Job is posted. We have another leak out here in the parking lot between the sped room and the auditorium. It's somewhere under the cement. Hopefully it's close and we don't have to do too much boring under there to find it. Our gym, our high school gym has a leak. I have those 3 quotes. They're not great. Yes. I went to Becky today and told her I need a cool $123,000. She laughed at me.
Thank you, Becky.
I looked at my maintenance budget and it just isn't there. We just do not have the money. So, one of the options is we can do a repair for $45.95 and that will get us through until probably another year.
so that we could then budget for the $122,000.
That's for
The,
the whole roof?
to reserve, yes, it's not a new TPO. What we have is a TPO membrane. To replace it and put a whole new one would be at best $224,000.
$123
To resurface it, and that is 4 levels of, they explained the levels, and I have pictures and stuff. I don't know what the verbiage is to call them, but it is 4 levels, 20-year warranty.
How bad is it right now?
I can email you pictures. It's bad. It's getting there.
Well, that's the thing we have to decide, is it even worth resurfacing if it's already?
Everyone I called out said absolutely resurface it. You don't want to do a new membrane right now. We can get another 20 years out of it.
How much is a 5-gallon bucket of tar?
Listen, I've mocked that stuff on there for years.
The repair is $4,595.
Yes. Or the second company will do it for $2,000. But if we do their $2,000 purchase, repair, they want us to sign a letter of intent saying that we will go with their bid.
What's their bid?
Their bid is $145,000.
We'll just tell them to match that one and they've got a deal.
I did work on that. She hasn't called me back.
Yeah.
So that's where we're at.
I say do the small repair.
The $2,000 and sign a
Or
letter of
the
intent.
$4,500.
Well, yes.
What was the other bid next to hers?
There's $45.95.
Well, I'm talking about that's for the resurfacing?
That's for the repair.
What's the next, because she wanted to sign a letter of intent
Oh, that
for
was
resurfacing.
$2,000. There's a $2,000 repair.
Right.
With a letter of intent for a $145,000 bid.
What's the next bid close to hers?
Was $122,963 if we did the $5,000 repair.
A point about that is, in this letter of intent business, you do the $2,000 and you kind of lock yourself in, and then this may last a year.
Mhm.
Well, I think an issue there in bidding on this thing.
Right.
That your timeline will run out for their price. Not for their price, but for their bid.
Yes, sir.
You need those quotes closer to the job, and it might go up, but also might go down. You can't. Yeah, and locking in on somebody now for something a year later is a question.
Yeah.
You're gonna save that money.
And the company that came in with the best price, he spoke more level-headed to me. He didn't try to upsell me. He said, and the company that is the $2,000 with the letter of intent want to use mechanical fasteners, which are putting holes all around the perimeter, which are weakening it in my mind. Now, I'm not educated in roofing, but to me, I think I would rather resurface it for $123,000 versus doing a little bit of resurface, but also stretching it and then fastening it. To me, that doesn't sound reasonable.
Yeah.
I don't
Do
like
they
it.
have like reviews or like references?
Yes, they sent all that. I can forward you all those emails if you want. All the pictures.
So
There's a lot of
possibility
information.
of a $5,000 repair lasting more than a year.
There's a possibility.
The longer it sits up there, resurfaced, the longer.
The way they explained
Well,
it
the
to me.
repair
make it
should
to
be the
next year's
best part of the
budget.
whole roof, once it's done.
How was it found? Like how much damage is already there from between the
It's really
time?
not a lot of damage. Matter of fact, they all said that our insulation is top notch. It's still good. It's not wet and saturated and gross. It only leaked when it was a heavy, heavy, harsh downpour. Otherwise, we're getting by.
It should be good for the rest of the year because it ain't gonna rain.
Yeah.
December,
You know
it's gonna
me.
rain every day.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what I'm thinking of is the $45.95, and then leave it to you guys to budget for the big repair.
Or see if they'll come off the $45.95 because you have a bid for $2,000.
Listen, I will work on it.
People get hungry enough.
We'll trust your judgment.
All right, Miss Shirley, I'm ready.
Oh, so we're good with that?
Yeah,
Go
just a
go with
small
the
repair,
45, we don't
so
have to
we'll
vote on
budget.
it or nothing. so,
Your
yeah.
best judgment.
Yeah.
It's
Okay, go ahead.
You want me to do it? Okay.
Yeah, you found it.
Okay, so we have a pep rally. We have a bonfire going on, right? And I can't walk, I could not walk it. So I went to the tennis courts. And I'm sitting at the fence enjoying the festivities. And all of a sudden, 12 kids, I got a picture, decides to, they not crawling under the fence is reeled all the way to the side, and it's like a 4 to 5 foot reel where they're just in and out. And the words that got me was, well, which hole do you want to go through? So I was out there today trying to find hole number 2. But I took
We
pictures.
have patched those up in the past, and our tennis courts as a whole need to be redone.
Yes.
But I can certainly patch.
But when are they, I mean, I know they're kids, when are they ever out there that they would ever need to be going through that fence?
Oh, they should never be going through the fence, but they're out there every day practicing, playing, doing whatever. But we have kids out there.
Is it the one on the tennis court, or is it the one that
The
goes
tennis
like
court.
to the bus barn? Because I thought there was a hole.
It's in between the bus barn.
When you drive up, it's straight in front of you.
You got
And the bus
fence,
barn's back
right.
here and straight. But what it is where the pole is, and they got that.
It's pulled away from the gate.
No.
Yeah, it's pulled away. It's just that rod that goes through to bolt to the pole. They bent it. They took the fastener off the bottom
I'm
and just bent it up.
standing there and they're doing it. I mean, that's what really bothered me. I'm like, seriously.
I'm sorry, I didn't know about that, but I will get it repaired tomorrow.
It's easy to see.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's.
All right, we're good with that. Next is my favorite cafeteria, Miss Kathy.
32nd. We're being audited this year. February the 12th was when the auditor, we got a lot of paperwork to turn in before that. And we were on COVID protocol in the cafeteria where the kids didn't push in their numbers. Well, Jana was learning cafeteria. She's come in and we tried to get keypads, but now they want their 6-digit student ID. Our babies, our little ones cannot do 6 numbers. I'm sorry. I know it's got a 4 in it. But you got to push faster. The line was around out the door. So, Miss
Here you go. I have a test.
Miss Jana, we got scanners, and the babies have just scanned.
Good.
That's sweet.
Junior high up, they're going to have to put in their 6-digit number, and that's because they need to learn their 6-digit. If they can't, well,
Their birthday's more digits than
we'll
that,
give
so
them
they'll
the
be
thing
able to remember.
that, Miss Jana and them want them to be able to put their numbers in.
We use them a lot for a lot of our IT stuff too. So by 7th grade, they know their number and can enter it in.
And this will save us on the audit too. It's a big thing about identifying students. You know how auditors are.
They carry that same number all the way through school.
Yes.
Yeah. It's like their
This will
social
be their
security
student
number.
ID. And when you're hired here, I give you a student ID number. You just start with 900. But we're doing good. I have 2. How much time I got left?
You ran out.
Last year, the ladies did not miss 6 days. The whole 6 of them didn't miss days. This year, I have one going out with surgery on her neck, and another one's having other surgery. So I told them, y'all just can't be gone at the same time. You'll have to make it work. But we're doing good.
Thank you, Miss Kathy. All right. Next is IT, Miss Jana Watson.
Everything is market and rolling pretty good. We are doing well. Everything, just so y'all know, when y'all get budget for the next month and this one, everything decided to break all at one time, all at the beginning of the year. So lots of tears and nights of I'm gonna run away went on, but everything's getting fixed. You will see that I had to purchase 5 new TVs. That's a lot. I usually maybe have to replace 2 to 3 every year. 5 have gone out pretty much. We are winging it. They just came in, so that will be a big expense that you'll see next month. I just paid that bill. So when you see TVs on there, it's our interactive TVs that are in our classrooms. We're not watching TV up here. It's in classroom TVs. So I have 5 of those that I have to replace. I know we've struggled with internet out at the football field for a really long time, and we are repairing a bridge out there that will be done actually tomorrow morning. And with that, I have purchased a mesh that will help our Wi-Fi bandwidth out there that should reach over to the band concession stand and us And everybody that's there, we should all have cell service with Wi-Fi, because we have an open after-school Wi-Fi. So I have purchased a mesh to add onto that system out there, so yay for the football field area. If y'all know anything about it, you don't get service out there, so we're working on repairing that.
All right, any questions? Thank you. Next, safety, Officer Dan.
Region 5 will be in this month, doing our yearly door audit. I believe it's the high school campus that they're doing this year. Elizabeth in the maintenance department, been top notch for fixing doors as fast as any of them have any errors or malfunctions on them. As of right now, knock on wood, there's no problems with any doors. Paperwork's all good, squared away. So if they show up tomorrow, as long as somebody did not intentionally unlock a door, we're good. Other than that, maybe some of y'all as individuals may have gotten complaints on this. I've heard it from many parents, just about everybody up here, but there's a lot of complaints coming in on sex offender questions. It's public information, like I say, but I get questions every day on Mr. Sangman. I've dug into it. Mr. Sangman is not violating any laws up here. The way that the law reads, as soon as he walks in the front door, he has to notify the first person that he is a sex offender. And he can only have access to the campus if he has a written contract with the superintendent, which to my knowledge he does not, or I can escort him somewhere, but he doesn't have any children or any reason to be up here, so I don't escort him anywhere. But once our normal operating hours are over, there's nothing, he doesn't have any special restrictions, there's nothing that says that he can't be up here. Unless we have like a district policy or a school board policy kind of across the board that doesn't allow any sex offenders any kind of access. So my knowledge, we don't have that. That may be, if that's a really big concern, maybe something we might want to look into getting in place. If we had something like that, then I could say, hey man, I don't know what your business is, but we don't allow any sex offenders up here. You gotta go.
It's not like, I thought that was like just a general law that sex offenders couldn't be within so many feet of children. It's
Not after they serve their time.
He's totally off paper. He did the whole time.
Well, I mean, he has to register as a sex offender for life. Right. And to be honest, I hadn't had to deal with it that much at all. I've been in law enforcement for a decade now, and I hadn't had to deal with them that much. That was actually my assumption too until I started really, really digging into it, pulling up all the sex offender laws. And the only thing regarding public school district campus, unless there's a special restriction, is just if it's normal operating hours, he cannot have access unless there's a written contract.
I don't even know who you're talking about, but that's a little concerning.
So then that'd be something that we would have to put into effect?
As a district policy.
We don't want them up here at all.
Yeah, we've addressed individual issues before, but there's not a policy or any, kind
So
of.
how do you address individual without it being like you're
Well,
discriminating or whatever?
it was brought to us before, like he was, and then, but at that time, I don't know what the issue was with, well, I ain't gonna call no names, but anyway, we had to, as a board, I think we ended up putting like an escort with them or something.
I think the issue with that one was that person was coming up here and gaining access to the campus, wasn't notifying us or anything.
Right.
I had to address that.
Yeah. So
His parole officer said that when he gets here, he's supposed to go to the office. He has off a paper. But his parole officer said that he has to notify at the window and let him know he's on campus. He says, I'm not allowed, and the state doesn't say that you have to have an escort, but he says everybody but one school in this Hardin County district does escort or watch them as they go. But like he said, when they're during off hours, there ain't nothing nobody can do about it. He can go to any ball game, and he does. He's been sitting, it's like every week, him and his friends, they're sitting not right here at me, right there with me. And not with me, but I mean, we all sit at the tip top. But I mean, without a policy, like he said, it's nothing.
we'll talk about putting that on the agenda for next month. We can discuss it. Yeah, if you can kind of get all of the laws and everything on paper or something so we can
We've got some,
look at it.
We've got some from other districts too.
Okay.
I got one more question on that.
Go
So
ahead.
if we do come up with some kind of policy, would that be for after school operation or after school hours as well?
We can word it however we,
Would we be able to enforce it after school hours is what
If it's a school policy, yes.
what I'm getting at.
it's almost like a trespass.
But it's not away games, just at home games.
Oh, that's something we need to talk about.
Yeah, we'll definitely, just put it on the agenda and we'll discuss it and figure it out.
Just discuss.
I would say discuss next month, yeah.
You gonna want your attorney talking to you?
I will talk to her
So we can always
before
table it if we
that
don't have
meeting,
action.
as in tomorrow. All right, next is athletics. Mr. Skinner?
Yeah, we're kind of coming to the end of the fall seasons. Our volleyball team is 1-2 in district with 5 games left, so they're still very much in the hunt for the playoffs. We are 1-1 in district play in football with 3 games left. We're about to have a 2-week bye week because the Bean Pass canceled their football season, so we have 3 games remaining. So we're still in the playoff hunt with that. Junior high volleyball, I believe one of our teams is undefeated. I think the white team, I believe our blue team has lost 1 game so far. They're doing fantastic. And then we have the district cross country meet Wednesday. The kids are going to go compete. Coach Barron's done a great job building that program up. We have a lot of kids participating. So I'm anxious to see what they can do on Wednesday. And then we'll be rolling into basketball here in 6 weeks, about a month.
Yay!
It's getting close.
Where's the district Wednesday? You said it's
Anyway.
Wednesday? Anyway?
Anyway.
Whiteport?
I don't know where it's at. That's a good question.
Whiteport.
The school?
I was told anyway.
Yeah, it's, so that when you come into town, it's on the left. You turn left and you'll run into it. The school that dropped out, Sabine Pass, how does that show up on our record? I mean, is it?
If we were to replace a game, which I chose not to, it was a cancellation. It's like it never happened, a new game,
Okay.
and then technically it's a forfeit. So our record, it's a win, but it doesn't affect the district standing in any way
Right.
whatsoever.
Okay.
Guys, the junior high game will proceed. We didn't lose a game with the junior high, but we did lose the high school game because of that.
Okay. All right. Any questions? Next is curriculum. Ms. Heather Williams.
So I've been working on the district improvement plan. I'm almost finished with that. If you're a parent, you got a parent square notice with a parent survey, just to kind of gather some information to help us finish writing that parent and family engagement policy. So it's almost finished. And then with TIA, I will submit on Wednesday. Thought I was going to today, but we found one more little tweak that we need to look at. So I was just going to kind of give you the numbers. We had 34 teachers that we had on our list that were in a teaching position that was eligible for TIA. 7 of those had left the district, so that left us with 27 teachers. And out of those, we're going to put up 22 for designations. So I'll submit on Wednesday, and then we'll say a lot of prayers until February, and then we'll find out if we got approved in February. So, and I'm working on a guidebook for TIA that Jana's going to get us a little TIA under the staff on our website. So we'll have a guidebook for our district, and I've been working on a TIA spending plan too. So hopefully I'll present that to you guys next month. So
That's to
get it done.
Texas Tech. That's the
It first
mission.
goes to Texas Tech, and then once Texas Tech approves it, then it goes to TEA, and then they have the final say.
You said you lost some teachers that left the district. How do you
Yes.
differentiate between the 22 and the 27? What made them numbers?
27, we had we had 34 total on my
Right.
list of eligible positions, and then 7 of those, out of those 34 left. So that left us with 27, that could have gotten a designation.
Okay.
So, and we'll designate 22. We'll put in for 22.
Okay.
So, and that's a lot for a district. That's a lot.
I just wonder what takes you out of it. You know what I'm saying? What
Oh.
knocks you out of it?
So there's certain requirements that they have to meet. Their T-tests have to be a certain level. Student growth had to be certain numbers, and so if you didn't meet those, then you were put in for this designation.
All that stuff has to match.
All right, yeah. Yes. Anything? Questions?
Any other questions? All right, thank you. Next, secondary principal, is Tammy Landry.
Okay, this is my normal little report that I give you guys. It's very short intentionally this week, this month, because I knew that we had a lot of business going on with this board meeting, so I wanted to make the report extremely short. I will tell you that we're having a very a little uptick with cell phone issues. All right, but we're still being very supported by the parents, and so we're keeping that communication high with the parents. And so I feel like it's just, kids go through that little honeymoon period where they're compliant, and then they want to test to see, and we're in that testing right now. But as long as we keep it consistent and we maintain communication with parents and keep them on board, everything's going to be fine with that. Okay. I think the discipline and the process that we have in place is very good for our students and our parents, and of course they're appreciative of us stepping that up slowly. And we really haven't had to step it up to higher discipline levels because of our communication. All right, so we catch them at the beginning. Okay, so if you look at our secondary enrollment, we are down four students from the September number. That we're very mobile here, so that happens. Then I'm not real concerned about that. Our attendance is extremely high in every grade level except for 9th and 11th. Those kids are sleeping in, but we're at almost 97% in most of other areas, so that's pretty good. We have an overall total of 95 and a half. If you look, we have not had one DAP placement this year, and that is really, really good. If anybody has any wood, that's fake, but no out of school suspension. So that's really good as well. I will be walking around in a minute and knocking on whatever wood I can find. Our ISS and our partial day ISS is really low. We are doing fantastic. Okay. I have made a wonderful hire with my assistant principal. So I'm telling you, the teachers are really liking, and the students are communicating and coming to her. So she is a very good hire for us. Truancy is ticking up, of course, in those two grade levels. Chief Atkinson is on that. We have made some home visits with students. We have communicated with their parents, and I really believe that is why you're seeing the high numbers of attendance percentage here at school this year. So we want to continue that and maintain that, and really address it at the beginning, okay, and get those kids here at school. When they're here, they're learning. Okay, and then on the back, I just kind of reiterated some of the special recognitions that y'all saw today with the Ag Department. I did put that blip in about the National FFA and our FFA in the USA Reporter Program. Emmeline is above and beyond. She really did that on her own. And surprised us with that nomination, so that was pretty good. And then I added in our debate competition. So if you don't have any questions.
I do want to ask you, the ISS assignments, last time you said that's for the whole year, right?
This is for the whole year as well.
I just want to make sure I understood you correctly.
Yeah, in the past, last year, I usually look at every 9 weeks, but it's so low right now that I wanted to concentrate on what we have all year long and keep that running number, and it's looking really good. It's looking really good. Anybody else?
Good.
All right.
Thank you. Elementary Principal, Ms. Megan Gilfillan.
Big thank you to Miss Landry. She shared her template with me.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier. Okay, so we had our big ESF visit from being targeted with school improvement at the end of September. So in the next few weeks, those ladies from Region 5 will come back and meet with us and give us some targeted areas they are seeing that we should improve in. So we're waiting on that. Parent involvement, we've got a wonderful PTO that's doing an amazing job this year. They came in and decorated the elementary hallways for homecoming and really made the kids feel involved. So there were balloons everywhere. My face was plastered on a go-go dancer. They had a big time with it all. So they're doing a great job. General updates, our enrollment, we're down 2 kiddos, and same thing with secondary. We've got kids that come in and out quite a bit. Attendance is still looking pretty good. It's a little lower in our younger grades, and a lot of that is just first time being in school, first time being around a lot of germs. They get sick, and it just happens. So we're hoping that does start to improve, but we are entering cold and flu season. So we're understandable in that area. Discipline numbers, we have seen an uptick in referrals. And again, that's our teachers are working their systems and they're communicating with their parents. Ms. Hendricks has done a wonderful job at sharing discipline communication spreadsheets with our teachers so they document anytime they send a parent message or a phone call or anything of that nature. So they do everything on their end they can, and then as a last resort, if it does need to come in as a referral, then they do what they need to do to make sure that it's documented and that we're addressing those needs and concerns as they come up. Again, our ISS and partial day ISS numbers are still relatively low. We have used Friday school for some discipline for our older kiddos that maybe they had a disciplinary referral come in, and then we have a Friday school that's coming up that next day or a day or two. So it's not far enough out that they forget what they've done wrong, but we do utilize that and have done that a few times for a couple kiddos. Attendance for Friday school on 9/12, we had 4 kids come, and 9/19, we had 11 come. Again, we're sending out those notices as the attendance gets to a certain percentage, and we're seeing that we do have some kiddos that are coming to make up that time. Special recognitions, I'm not going to read our September Student of the Month because we haven't shared that publicly just yet. Those pictures should be going out this week, so they get super excited. And I didn't include the criteria for that, but I know some of y'all weren't here at the last meeting. That is completely teacher appointed. They appoint a boy and a girl per grade level each month, and they get to create a excerpt that they want us to put out there about why they're nominating that student. And then all of that gets shared on a certificate, gets to go home with the kiddo, and then we share it on social media as long as they can be photographed and have that social media policy in place. And then our Caught You Being Kind, we've given out 68 total brag cards on kiddos that have received recognition from staff members, from anyone from custodians to paraprofessionals, teachers, administration, anyone that we see, any kids that we see they're going out of their way to be kind and go above and beyond, we're making sure that those kids are recognized as well. So, any questions for me?
Question.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we're talking littles, elementary, and we got 56 referrals?
Yes, ma'am.
Give me, just don't know, give me an example. Is it like running in a hallway? I mean, what
No, and Ms. Hendricks could come into this as well. A lot of times with the littles that we have come in, they've never been in school before. A lot of them aren't around other kiddos, so we do see a lot of putting hands on each other in our younger grades, and any time that's done in a mean fashion or anything like that, we always want to make sure that that's properly documented. For the sake of that kiddo, to make sure that it's documented for any future occurrences, but also for any students that are hurt in the process. So that is a lot of what we see. And again, you're trying to train them to be in school and have those proper social interactions. So we have seen an uptick in a lot of that.
It makes sense, it just
Yeah.
blew me away.
I know.
We got 56 littles and not one in OSS, but we got one in elementary,
Yes.
you know, so.
Ms. Hendricks is doing a great job at mitigating things as they come up. And ISS for us, Ms. Hendricks runs that, but we do call it a behavior academy. So we sit down one-on-one with the kid and talk through, you know, what you did was wrong, why you did that, why you made that choice, what's a better choice you could have made. So we really try to make it as restorative as possible. That way it's not just, oh, you're going to sit here and be quiet for half the day and do your work and no one's going to talk to you about what happened and what went wrong. So we do try to put those things in place because we know that we're trying to train them up to be successful kiddos. And if they're not successful in discipline, then they're not going to be successful in instruction and in class. So we're getting there.
Thank you, Becky.
Anything else?
Good, thank you. All right. Next is the superintendent report. Dr. Haddon.
Well, my report is, I've enjoyed working with you. Some people like old cars, I like old scooters. Come in and pluck around with it and put the puzzle together. But I appreciate you all being as proactive as you were in getting busy, selecting a new superintendent. I think you've done well, and wish you all the best. And as I said, I'm on the phone and on the email and available to answer questions, whatever. You know, I'll help where I can.
Good, thank you. We appreciate your helping us out for sure. Any questions for him? Okay, good deal. Thank you. All right, that concludes our